All right, let's go over page 18, Unit 1. Let me get it situated here so you can see it. So let's check your answers. Problem 1, question A. The students in Miss Chin's class are collecting bottle caps. They set a goal of collecting 400 bottle caps. This chart shows how many bottle caps they collected each week. So on the first week, they collected 18. Then the second week, they collected 57. Then the third week, they collected 62. And the fourth week, they collected 35. How many bottle caps did they collect by the end of 4 weeks? So the answer is not just 35 because 35 is how many they collected just week 4. But this says by the end of 4 weeks. So that includes all of these weeks. We need to see how many did they collect all together, which is addition. So my equation is going to be 18 plus 57 plus 62 plus 35 equals, and that's what we're trying to find. So I know the 18, this one is 110 and 8 ones. I know 57, this 5 represents 5 tens or 50. So it's 50 and 7. This is 60 and 2. And 35 is 30 and 5. I'm going to start with my tens. 10, 50, 60, and 30. I can do this in my head. I know 60 plus 30 is 90 because it's 60, 70, 80, 90. There's 100, and then my 50. So that's really 150 plus however many ones that I have. I've got 5, 2, 7, and 8 ones. Let me put another line. 5 ones, 2 ones, 7 ones, and 8 ones. I'm always going to look for my tens. I know 8 and 2 is 10. So there's 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. Plus this 7. So now I'm breaking this down even more. I have 150 plus 15 plus 7. 150 plus 15 is 150, 60, and 5. So that's 165 plus 7. And now I can just add 7 by counting by ones. 165, 166, 167, 168, and you keep going. Or you could think of 7 as being 5 plus 2. So 165 plus 5 more is 170 with that 2 extra. So it's 172 is how I got the answer. Part B, how many more bottle caps do they need to collect to reach 400? So we know they're not at 400 yet. They want to get to 400, but they only have 172. So they're going to need to collect quite a few more. And honestly, I always try to think of what makes sense. So I'm going to put my light bulb here. I know that this is close to 200, but it's less. So they're going to need at least 200 more. I'm going to put this estimating. I know my answer is going to be around 200 because if they had 100 more, that would be 272. If they had 200 more, that's 372, which is pretty close to 400. And I also know if I did 300 more, that's 472, so that's too much. My answer is going to be somewhere around 200. It's good to get in that habit of estimating where your answer should be so that it makes sense. So if I'm at 172, that's how many bottle caps they've collected, and they want to end up with 400 bottle caps. I'm going to think of how many more bottle caps do they need to get to 400. So my equation is going to be 172 plus, I'm not sure how many more to get to 400. let's start. I'm going to do plus 8 because that'll give me to a landmark number, which is 180. I'm also going to do plus 20 because that will get me to a landmark number of 200. Well, I know how many more from 200 to 400. That's plus 200. And if I add everything that I've jumped, 228. My answer is 228. So I can write the equation 172 plus 228 equals 400. You may have also done this as a subtraction problem. That equation would be 400 minus 172 equals 228. You can always solve subtraction problems by adding up. All right. Question number 2, part A. Mr. Ruiz's class wants to collect 500 rocks for a science project. Students have brought in these numbers of rocks: 65, 38, and 29. How many rocks have they collected so far? So let's add 65 plus 38 plus 29. 65 plus 38 plus 29 equals. And I actually, instead of question marks, I like to do equals box. So I'm going to start with, this is really 60, 70, 80, 90, 110. So that's 110 plus 5, 8, and 9. 5, 8, and 9. Trying to see if I can find any 10s. Nothing right away. Any other factors that I know? Well, I know that 8 plus 5 is what? Think of what would make 10. 8 and 2. So if you took 2 out of the 5, how many left would there be in 5? 3 more. So 8 and 5 is 13. Plus our 9 ones here. Just like I did above, let's see what I can do. 110 plus 13 is 100. 10 and 10 is 23. So 123 plus 9. That will give us our total answer. 123 plus 9. I know if 123 plus 10 was 133, 9 is 1 less than 10. So 1 less than 133 is 132. Your answer is 132. And our last question, how many more rocks do they need to collect to reach 500? So I want 500. I already have 132. How many more do I need? So it's a subtraction problem again. I do prefer to count up. You can also count back. Let me show you that strategy again. So 132 is how many rocks I have, and I want to get to 500 rocks. Start with the landmark number plus 8, because that will get me to 140. I could do hundreds, but I think I'm going to do plus 60 so I can get to 200. And now from 200 to 500, that's 300 more. 368 is my answer.